Alright, good day everyone. Tonight I am in the Saad Waqqas archery range again, Club Pemanah Al Ikhlas. And tonight I am with Ronald from Bamboo Archery. We are doing further testing with the fletching. It's a test between the parabolic and the new traditional fletching style. So for today, Ronald actually brought in his compound bow. And the reason why we're using a compound is so that we can get a more consistent release every time. And we are doing 5 attempts with the slow-mo camera at 240 frames per second and shooting at 25 meters. And let's see what Ronald has to say about the shooting experience, and so we can have our final verdict on how the fletching works. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, I'm here with Ronald from Bamboo Archery here in Saad Waqqas range or Pemanah Al Ikhlas. So Ronald, what are you doing here?
Okay, so we just gonna test the arrows for the bow. Today I'm actually using a compound, and the reason why I'm using a compound is that it gives us a more consistent performance, more consistent release. Take the archer's factor away from this test so that we are not the one affecting the shot. We try to minimize the archer's effect, and we want to look at just the fletch difference.
How many pounds is that?
38 pounds. And I'm using so it's a caliper type release. And then the arrows, so based on my observation, it has been shot before, so there are some damage to the tip. I mean, like game standard right? The shafts are actually identical. They are both 500 spine. Weight is about the same. The knocks are lighted knocks to make it easier for us to see the flight at night. But the fletching is something that I was actually a bit surprised just now. So they have both gotten wet, and I just kind of just comb it and try to get it up again. So we'll see the difference when comparing the slow motion.
So previously I did some testing with this, and from that previous video, where are you going? Come back.
Oh.
So in that previous video, we see that trajectory actually stabilizes a lot faster with the new fletching. What is it called anyway? I'm calling it traditional.
I call it historical.
Historical, okay, so this is the historical new fletches. So what would your verdict be shooting from the compound?
Alright, so there's one thing that we didn't really explain why we want to test these two, and
exactly.
why we want to test even in the first place. Idea for this fletch here was that traditionally the fletch height is actually only about the height of the shaft. And one of the reasons I can think of is that when you pack a lot of arrows in the quiver for war, let's say you want to pack like maybe 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen, maybe 100 arrows in a quiver, then you wouldn't want this kind of parabolic where it's very tall. This one, you can actually hold a lot of them and it takes up very little space. So that is one of my first...
proposition?
Yeah, my first proposition?
Yeah,
okay,
I think proposition works.
So okay. I think it has some benefit to it. So after when I get them, some of the things that I think could be good. Okay, maybe I should see it from a rear view. So this height here, I'm not sure if you see it. Okay, so the profile here, the height here is actually lower than the standard parabolic. Let's have a look, comparing like that. You can see, right? So this is low. This is tall. Okay, so when we look from this view, you can actually see quite a substantial difference in the profile.
Yeah.
So with this one here, if we look at just the surface area alone, they are both about the same. Okay, the surface area is about the same. So that means the moment I release this arrow, it should catch the air at about the same time. Meaning the recovery speed of this arrow is supposedly about the same. However, after it has recovered, it has stabilized in flight, then in terms of the air, the cross section, it only sees a very low cross section. Sorry, show it this way. Right. During flight, once it has stabilized, it only sees very, very small amount of feathers sticking out. Compared to this one will have more drag, whereas this one is going to have less drag. So theoretically, is that even though they both will stabilize at the same rate, but this one will maintain a higher speed downrange, and this one will sap the energy very quickly. Initial launch, both is gonna be the same because it depends on the weight of the arrows. But after some distance downrange, this is gonna maintain higher speed, and this is gonna be at a lower speed. So in a layman's term is that this is gonna shoot a little bit flatter. It's not gonna drop as much.
Okay, so that is the proposition with this kind of fletching. It will basically be faster than the other one if I'm just someone who is not initiated.
Yeah, actually did some tests just now, and what I did in fact notice, this one with the historical fletch is always landing 4 inches higher than this one. So there is indeed some speed difference downrange.
I see. Okay, so after this, I'll do some movie editing magic. We will see the light trails of the arrow fletching, and I will see whether the proposition actually makes sense and whether you can prove it. So we had 6 attempts, 6 tests, so that's a good enough sample size, would you say? Okay, so for those of you who watched the previous video, I was just fiddling around with the concept. So tonight, Ronald came in and we tried it out. We shot a few and so let's see what happens in the slow-mo. And if you want to know more about the arrows, you can find us at Eureka Archery, Bamboo Archery. We're both on Facebook, on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. If you want to go buy these arrows, we are on Shopee as well. When's the new stock coming?
Hopefully in 2 months.
So in 2 months' time, so that's about December. So if you are looking to get new arrows, you can start saving money now, because what I understand is the price has gone up a bit.
Yes, the next batch is due to worldwide inflation. So everything, the price is going up, and I have no choice. Factory is charging me more for it.
I see. Do we have a retail price that you have already proposed?
Based on what I know so far, I'm thinking about 310 for the 3 fletch version, which what I showed just now. Whereas the 4 fletch is going to be 340. And the coming batch actually is going to have some surprise, but Anwar here actually made something based on that.
Oh,
which
wait,
is,
1 second.
which is the arrows, the fletches, we change it all to white. So we no longer have like, we used to have like colors like this, right? So the new one, we're gonna have like no colors, just white, like this, just all white.
But this is parabolic though.
Yeah,
so.
this one he made it himself, but the idea is like that. So there's actually 2 reasons why we want to do it. So for some people who are very, very like obsessive with precision, they will actually do something called as the knock tuning. So they will actually rotate the knock every 1/3 to find which position actually gives them the best consistency. But if you were to do that, one of the problem with this colored with one index is that when you rotate, it's not gonna all be the same. So it's gonna be weird. I mean, for some people, they'll feel like this index feather here is gonna be pointing up and down all over the place. So with the white feathers like that, if we have all the same white like that, then you can do knock tuning, get better precision, and it won't look weird after that. Plus another thing is we actually want to do something fun with these feathers here. We're gonna color them, make them colorful. So or you can do it yourself. So you can actually watch one of the video from Eureka, where it teaches you how to color the fletch with the foot coloring.
Cheapest way possible.
Yeah, that's something I'm looking into. I think that's gonna make something fun. I mean, just imagine you have like 2 or 3 colors with gradients, right? It's gonna look wonderful.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, wait for the new batch to come in. It's all gonna be all white, yeah.
Yep.
Price gonna be slightly more expensive, but you have 2 months to really save money on that. So till next time, my name is Anwar Saad.
I'm Ronald.
So be an archer today. So Ronald here is not satisfied with the compound. He brought out his traditional bow, Which one
Yeah,
is
this
this?
one is the Spearman Emperor, 34 pound and 28, but I'm drawing past 28, so I think something around 35, 36.
Okay, let's try it out.
Ada 35. Ini bohong lah. 38 oh.
38 kali tarik 28 G.
Alright, so Ronald has just three ends with the traditional bow. We don't know what's the verdict.
Yeah, it's inconclusive right now because I think the major factor is me. I'm not that consistent with my release. I will see in a slow motion. It's hard to tell right now.
Alright, so we've done that for you. So we'll edit this and we'll see the final results after this.